Hi guys, welcome back, and today's video is going to be setting up my new 2025 Plum Paper planner in the weekly overview. I am so excited for this. This will probably be a longer video, so we're just going to get right into it. I'll show you quickly. I'll give you a quick overview on what we're doing, and then I'll just kind of like hyperspeed through the actual setup process. But I decided to try my hand at a vision board this year, and I have it like printed off and I've got it on my phone for my background and stuff, but I decided it would be kind of cool for me to split it into two and then have it basically like throughout my planner for the year. So I think I'm going to do one half of it here in the very, very beginning, and then I'm either going to, this is what I was trying to decide. I'm either going to put it there and there so that like as soon as you open it up, you see both. Let me scoot that over so you can see it better. Or I'm going to put it there and there. I will decide once I have everything written in, then I'll start doing like the thicker sticky stuff. But that is what that is for. So I'm just going to completely cover up this front page. I don't ever really use it. I don't really care to use it, but I'm very much so looking forward to having like the vision board stuff in there and kind of like staying on top of my goals. So I've got that for the beginning. As always, calendar. I'm not really gonna do anything with this yet because usually I'll like highlight my work schedule, but fingers and toes and everything crossed, I'm gonna have a new job sooner than later. So I'm just gonna wait to do that when I actually have my new job and new schedule. So that'll change. Okay, so for this one, I think I got into this a little bit in my last video where I was just kind of like unboxing and showing you the layout that I got. I've decided to keep the special dates section, and instead of it being special dates, like I'll white that out eventually, I think. I want to pull in my mini goals that I want to do each month. So my larger one is always the ideas, plans, and goals. This is always my major goals. You guys have seen this in my other planners before. And so I do have a bunch of like big goals that go into my 12 like pillars of life. And so again, we are going to be setting that up today, but in our little retired one, yeah, see, like I don't use that front page. I'm actually excited to have something that I want to look at there. Boop, boop, boop. So for this, I always do my 12 pillars, which are health, fitness, relationships, finances, career, and business, and then personal development, home or environment, fun and recreation, service or contribution, soul food, and outer shell. And so I am going to pull those in again. That's going to be my major goals, and the stuff that I have written down for the year is going to pull into this. So I've got my little sticky there to tell me that that's what I want to do here. And then yeah, again, from my major goals, I want to pull in some mini goals, either that have to do with how to achieve my bigger goals, like stepping stones that I can take for it, or just other little like random mini goals. Again, check out my last video. I show you Joshi Corin. That's where I got the inspiration for the mini goals in the first place. But that's what we're going to do for that one. You know what? Yeah. Decision made. I'm going to do one half of it on that front page and the other half on this notes page. I'm not going to do anything for these main monthly pages yet. I'm not sure what I want to do for them. I don't know if I want to do washi again or what, but for the actual dashboards. So what I'm going to do is for my goals 1, 2, and 3, instead of doing the kind of like funky stickers that I did for my last planner, I'm just going to use what they have here, and I'm literally going to pull this in from the mini goals from each month. So as we just went over again for the special dates, I'm going to have a bunch of little goals that I'm hoping to do like month by month. I'll pull in my 3 major ones in here that will hopefully tie into like one of them, the major ones. I don't know if I just said mini or majors. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say here. So for special for birthdays, I'm going to cover that up. It's going to be special dates instead, and instead of events, it's going to be appointments, because that's what I end up using both of those places for more. Things to remember, I'm going to continue doing the books I'm reading. So again, I'll cover that up, and that'll be books I'm reading. And then for these 2 bottom ones that I'm never really quite sure what to do, and sometimes end up being like overflow for books that I'm reading, I think I'm going to do my social media content schedule for this channel and then for my other channel. So I think that will be, again, I'll do that for January and February just to see how that plays out. But that's my initial goal for that. So that's what we're going to be setting up for there. And then for the month, as always, y'all know my love of Jacamo Blue. So this is the one I chose for January. So I'm going to be setting up, again, this on like the dashboard, setting up the actual month overview with this one in particular. I've also decided that I'm going to use some of the Hubman Chub Girl stickers that I'm obsessed with for travel. So I'm going to stick in basically like to and from work is going to be like one or the other of these. So at least that way I can kind of have like a quick little cutie visual on when I'm traveling to and from work. And then we are also going to be using these custom stickers that I got done with Plum. So I'm gonna add in my like self-care Sundays because that's only when I'm at home. So I do kind of want to plug those ones in. When I know that I have milestones, so basically like my quitting smoking is my biggest one at this point. So I think I want to put milestones in there. I might lay out some more of my milestones too. So like no spend, if I did like 7 days of no spend in a row, or I hit a certain like target with my debt repayment or something like that. So I think that that would be kind of fun to do. Goals achieved. So also when I'm pulling in these mini goals from the actual like annual overview, then I want to be able to put down my little sticker when I achieve the goal and like what the day was. I think that'll be kind of cool to look back on. And then again, kind of going with a content schedule or calendar when I'm going to be recording videos, editing videos, and then posting the videos. I think that'll be kind of nice to have in for the monthlies as well. So let me scoot those ones back, and I already chose February's, so we will do that in a minute as well. But then for this overview, I think we kind of went over in my last video again, like why I chose what I was doing and what I'm going to do with them. But I am going to do the weekly mini goal to reach the major goal. So everything's going to kind of flow together, but this is where we are. So let's just get right into it and start setting it up. Another thing, because there's going to be lots of other things, we know this. Another thing that I'm doing here, try to keep my head out of the shot as much as possible. There's a very good chance that you're going to see me like getting up close and personal. Anyway, the other thing I'm doing with this one, because I'm obsessed with these super thin pens these days, I've discovered that the Paper Micron, hold on, I'd show you. So the Paper Micron 005, this is a 0.2 millimeter line. Teensy weensy. I'm so excited about this. I'm gonna be using this to do some of the fun font that I liked and that I practiced. So I promise I did have it set aside. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing the pinafore for my actual headers here instead of just kind of like doing thick lines like I did before. And I've been doing a little bit of practice with them just to kind of see, trying to decide what style I wanted to even do for writing these ones out. But yeah, I've landed on the pinafore with my super, super fine tip. I'm very excited about that. So I'm gonna keep this open for reference just so I can, again, kind of see what the font is that I'm using. I'm really loving practicing new fonts. I'm really, really loving making new fonts. Yeah, this is gonna be a good year, guys. It's gonna be a really good year. Okay, let's do it. Okay, actually, hold on. Okay, and something that I've seen other people do is actually like do it in light outline in pencil, and that might not be the worst idea for me here. So that I can kind of keep it, yeah, on the literal straight and narrow. But maybe that's exactly what I'll do. Okay. Do I have an eraser? I'm gonna have to borrow one from Ma, so that'll have to shift over. Done that. So don't have an eraser, but I do need one. And so I'm just gonna darken that one up. Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it. Okay. So mini goals will come from here. So you know what? Let's start. All right, I am gonna pull in mini goals later on just because A, this is already gonna be super long, and B, I would like to take a little bit more time to decide what those mini goals are gonna be. But for this, y'all might have seen I made like a little note. I think what I'm gonna do is kind of, again, copy the Jashi Corn. I'm gonna link her video again below because she's just so dope. But she does her setting mini goals. It's linked in my last video. But one of the things that she's done for this year is added in whether like one of her mini goals needs funds, whether it's a priority, whether it's carried forward or new or migrated. So I think what I'm gonna do is color code these based on that. So I'm gonna make like, I'm gonna make like a little legend here somewhere. I might even do it in here because I'm gonna use the exact same legend for this, but I'm gonna color code them based on whether it's something that's gonna require money and then obviously has to like tie into my finances and stuff, or whether it's something that's carried over from last year, because I do have some that I still haven't done that I would like to carry over. And you know what, actually looking at it, I'm gonna carry this one over too, even though whatever, damned if you do, damned if you don't. People judge everything you do regardless. So I do want to run a half marathon distance at least once for like mental fortitude than anything. So oh my god, and one more. I forgot. There's been a tattoo that I've designed probably 10 years ago, no joke, and I still want it. When I went to get my shoulder covered up for like the second fucking time this year, I've got like a massive back piece now. But when I went to do that, I wanted to get this like little tattoo that I designed 10 years ago too, but I didn't end up doing it, but I really, really want to get it done. Yeah, that's a big one. Cool. Okay, so we have our major overviews. I quite like this. This is, again, it's a lot more pliable than I was expecting, which I think is great. And I love the little symbols that it has. As always, Plum Paper, you exceed all expectations. They're one of the brands who I would love to get on a PR list for, or even be like an affiliate or something. I did apply for that a couple weeks ago now. I haven't heard anything. I'm gonna apply again like mid-year if I still don't hear anything, but I'm determined. I fucking love Plum for so many reasons. So again, this one, I don't know if I feel like setting this one up right now. I'm gonna do the months and then maybe I'll come in and do that after. Okay, hold on, hold the line. What do I have? Because I still have to do my reflection as well. This year's vision. Yeah, that one, again, I'm gonna do that one like off camera too, I think. And then when we do our next video check-in, I will show you what I have for that one. Okay, so let's do our monthly setup here for January. So we've got our beautiful, oh my God, I love these so much. Love them so much. Okay, let me close that one up. Scoot that out of the way. I can close that one for now too. Now, let me get my tweezers and then we will hyperspeed through setting this bad boy up as well. All right, guys, I think that is that for our setup. Okay, no, the yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna go do my mini goals. I'm gonna do my social media goals and my initial reflection, and then maybe I'll come back to you and show you when I'm done. Yes, okay, see you soon. Okay, so I'm checking back in after trying to do a little bit of this myself. I have beef. I have beef with Plum Planner and their paper this year. Not impressed. One sec. And again, you guys know I love Plum Planner. I have been all about Plum Planner since like 2018. It's been a long time. Their paper is not the same this year. So this is from last year, the stuff that I actually checked off using the exact same midliners. And hold on. Literally completely different. So hold on, I got zoomed in too much, but like, look at the difference. How dark that one is compared to this. And then this orange, again, I even did a swatch test at the end of this book just to be like, okay, let me see what the pens are gonna look like, because none of my pens are actually writing properly. But again, look at how like light that is and it matches that line perfectly. Whereas in this one, it's so dark. It's so much darker. Same with the purples. Like, oh, I'm not impressed. Look at the difference in that. I mean, it's not like the end of the world, but it's not the same. The paper's different. And so, like I was saying, I just did I tried to do like a little swatch test in it just to make sure before I started going to ham in here. Look at the difference in the colors of those. Like, they're not the same. They're literally... Look at the difference in color for those two. That is so vivid and saturated. This one is so much lighter. This paper feels smoother. Like, okay, to touch they feel the same, but this one, nothing's bleeding into it. And so that's the Micron 005. I'm using the exact same pen here. It doesn't write the same. It doesn't feel the same. So anyway, they've changed something with the paper. I obviously can't even use last year's to try to do swatch tests. So I'm gonna have to do some fucking swatch tests in this one, like in the back of this one or something, because I'm not impressed. Anyway, this is where we made it so far. With the goals, I still have not done anything for this initial page. I changed my mind all over again. It sounded really simple to be like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Well, by like each month, what do I want to do for my mini goals? It's not that simple. So yes, there's like 1,000,001 mini goals that I can do from these, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be practical to assign like due dates to them. Or, I mean, some months it's going to be the same thing over and over again. So I'm going to let this one marinate overnight. We're clearly not getting the planner done in one session here. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow to like finish it up with you guys, because we still haven't even set up January properly. So yeah, I'm gonna let this one marinate. I'm not positive yet what I want to do with it, but this one, I got a bunch of my goals put out, and I did copy Jessie Corin. I did kind of code them for something like anything that requires funds, something that's high priority. And again, you can't even see a huge difference in between the two because of how they're coming out on this new paper. So I might have to change one of those colors. I might have to, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure something out. This one isn't working. But anyway, I have required funds, high priority, new this year, or migrated. So each dot kind of has its own like little coding. And then I'm either going to do my typical gray to mark them off when they're done, or I'll go and grab the same midliner that I used for the actual coding and then just mark them off that way. Haven't decided yet. We'll see. But anyway, that's what I have for right now. I'm actually quite pleased with this. I think it's a lot of really realistic goals, and there's some that I know that I'm going to be able to knock off pretty quickly here. So that makes me happy. Haven't done anything in this yet. Again, we're going to set this up maybe tomorrow. I don't know if it's almost 6, man. My bedtime is so early because I get up so early. So I don't know if we're going to do this one tonight. What we are going to do before I let you guys go for the night, though, we will go through and separate the days, because that was one of my biggest things. I just want to be able to separate those bad boys. But I will show you before we get that done. I did get a little bit in my social media marked down. So I've got my 3 major goals, got some monthly steps, and then daily steps. And then when my due dates are, they're all the end of the year, spoiler alert. I started writing down some posting guide overview. I assume that that's just basically like, what big ones do I want to do for every month? Started writing it out. Again, this is another one I'm going to let marinate. Same with the intentions. I'm going to let that one marinate. We're going to do a whole lot of marinating tonight. Okay, then I do have monthly planning. I got the actual months written out, and then some of like the important dates for each month. Haven't made it be on there. Again, most of this is literally just trying to get like the basics mapped out. And then I will get more in depth as I go. I haven't done anything with campaigns. And then into the reflection section. I really like saying that. I don't know why. I did put down my vision for this year. So it says, what's your vision in 3 words? And my vision for 2025 is freedom, stability, and success. That is what I want my year to be. We already know my word of the year is renaissance. So it's rebirth. It's just rising from the ashes, man. That is where we are. And this was kind of a cool exercise to do. So it asks you to list out your values. And so I trolled through this like massive list of different values to see kind of what appealed to me for each different section. So for my values under love, it's peace, loyalty, and acceptance. I chose 3 for each one because I think it kind of like made sense with the 3 words for the year. For work, I chose purpose, balance, and satisfaction. For play, I chose creativity, curiosity, and inspiration. And then for health, I chose confidence, energy, and vitality. Again, it's kind of cool because it gives you some prompts of like, for love, that could be family, friends, and partnerships. For work, it could be career, education, volunteering. Like it gives you a little bit more to work with, which I really enjoyed. I really liked that exercise. We've got goals. So I did write down some of my life goals for these. I haven't done any of my 1-year plan or daily plan. Daily, I think, is going to be a little bit more difficult with these ones. So you know what I'm going to say, let it marinate. But that's as far as I got with that one. And then again, the reflections, like these don't actually start in earnest until the end of the month, but I did get all of the months written out. I'm excited to do the yearly reflection. Again, like the paper, this side feels more smooth. That one feels a little more rough. So I don't know. Please let me know down below. Let me know down below if you also got a Plum Paper planner for this year and you're noticing a difference in the paper. Like, I feel like I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, like the pens aren't writing the same. It's so weird. Okay, before I shut her down for Betty Buys. Yeah, I do like that a lot. I'm very excited with this. I guess I can ditch these for right now as well. We don't need those anymore. I might keep these for, put them somewhere for next year though. So that when I'm mapping out my planner next year, I can, like I know I'm gonna wanna have the same kind of stuff maybe, so. Or that's just my hoarder tendencies coming in, who knows. I'm really, really liking those little Post-its though from Cloth and Paper. So a little update on them. They are beautiful. Yeah, we got this done-ish. So I'm not gonna set up the actual weeks yet, but we will go through and do my divisions, uno momente. All right, we've got Q1 done. I will fix the rest of them later on. And you know what? That's it for today. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so it is the next morning. By that, I mean, it's the 16th and I let everything marinate as I said I was going to yesterday. I was overthinking a lot of stuff and I started to like get frantic and frazzled and frustrated. So I think what I'm gonna do this is stick with my original plan. I'm gonna use it for like mini goals for every single month so that I can pull them into my dashboards or just kind of stay on top of stuff. And I'm gonna not put so much pressure on myself. I think that was the other thing. Like I get very, like narrow-minded almost when it comes to stuff, and I see if there's 13 lines, I need to fill every single one of those lines. And then what am I supposed to do to fill 156 lines on this one page, and what's it gonna look like? Whatever, the spiral. Let me know if you feel me on the spiral. But basically when I just left it alone and sat and had a little looky-loo this morning and thought about it, I think that the way that I wanna use it is to just pull in little mini goals for every single month. Again, I don't have to like map out my entire year, and I can come in and add new goals each month as I go. But like out of my majors here, like for health, for my high priority, yeah, I think we really need to, change the colors, or I need to like double down. Hold on. Okay, we are going to change anything that requires funds to the, what color is this? Smoke blue, because but then again, is that going to be too close to the purple? I really am bothered I'm really, really bothered by this paper right now. And by right now, I mean still. Okay, change of plan. We are going to make our requires funds teal. So I'm going to use my clean color dots instead, since it's literally like dots, and then I can always use this later to highlight stuff as I want. But yeah, anything that requires funds, we're going to make teal, because there's not enough of a difference in colors for me to be able to like easily discern what's what. Okay, that's better than I expected. And again, at least it's more easily discernible right now. Yeah, okay, I feel a million times better. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is quickly go through and add, again, just like basic mini goals for every single month. So again, for like stay non-smoker, don't smoke, don't smoke, don't smoke. I'm gonna put don't smoke in every single month, because that's what I need to do in order to remain a non-smoker. I am going to put down things like, I should look at my schedule. I don't know what my schedule is. This is the problem, where I'm like in the process of trying to find a new job, but I don't know. This sounded really good in my head when I looked at it. It made sense to me. Now I don't know again. All right, after much deliberation and back and forth, and again, like intrusive thoughts at this point with what to do with all the things, I have decided that what I'm going to do is at the end of every month, I'm going to write down the goals that I accomplished. So whether that's something that pertains to one of like my bigger ones here, so like stay non-smoker. Okay, cool. For January, I didn't smoke. Awesome. Good for me. Write that down. Whenever I end up getting like my hormones balanced out, or I figure out what's going on with my hypothyroidism or whatever, I can put that down. Whenever I finally participate in the 10K, like when did I do that? So I think that my best bet, again, to keep it like from being so fucking overwhelming and to make it make sense, and also to kind of like maximize the whole point of it, I am just going to write down what goals I achieved every single month. So that can be from mini goals, which I have a bunch of, or that can be from my majors, which I obviously also have a bunch of. That's what I'm going to do with that. So that is going to be left alone. So I think other than sticking on our vision board pieces, we're done. So yeah, let's get this fucking finished and put in, and then we'll finally wrap this bad boy up so that I can start transferring stuff over from January and get January done. So we have vision board number 1 for the opening page, which I fucking love. We've got the calendar, which I will come through and I will mark when I'm going to work. So maybe I'll do that as I go. Yeah, actually, maybe I'll do that as I go. That won't be terrible either. Same thing with special dates. We'll do this as we go. Goals that I've achieved each month. We've got our big goals for the 12 pillars for the year, which again will make it a little bit easier once we get into breaking things down. I've got my second half of my vision board on this last notes page, which again makes me happy to be able to just like flip through and see. So for January, I will set this up in the next video with you guys. But for all the dashboards, basically, I'm going to be using weird. Okay, that's from that little sticker. Bizarre. So for this one, I'm going to be pulling in 3 goals, basically 3 main goals from one of my majors, or something to do with one of my majors. So that'll give me a little bit of time to reflect on that every month. I'll add my special dates, appointments. I'm going to keep going with the books that I'm reading. I'm going to do my content schedule for both of my accounts. Still not positive what I'm going to do with this page. I think in the last one, I was just like doing washi tape or designing or whatever. I'm not sold on what I'm going to do for this period yet. So leaving that alone. Got our months done for January and February. Again, we kind of I set up my Q1 for all of the literal like lines. And then every week I'll do the proper like swoopies. Okay, and you guys have already seen too that now any of the months where basically there's like a majority of the days in one month versus the other. So we're like, example for January, the last week of it, we've got 5 days in January and only 2 in February. I've gone through and I've basically just like taped those pages together so that it automatically jumps into like whatever the next bit is. I really don't like having like one day on a page. I just think it's a lot of extra work for no real payoff in my mind. So I'm gonna keep going with that this year. That's already done. The only thing that I'm still waiting for right now is one of my orders from Hub and Chub Girl. They do a bunch of like really cute doodles for all of the holidays for every year for Canada and America. So when that comes, I'll go through and I'll put like the stickers on the days and stuff for that. But this was setting up my 2025 Plum Paper Planner in the weekly overview. Really, really like that layout. So yeah, next video we will set up January and February, even though we're like literally halfway through January. I'm gonna transfer everything over from my other one. I'm very excited to get that done. So if you're still here, thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate anybody that pops by for any amount of time. It's very cool to see any comments. It's always appreciated when y'all like and subscribe. Speaking of which, if you did like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified next time we have a new video that might be up your alley. I hope you're having an awesome week. I hope you're having an awesome 2025, to be honest. I hope you have an awesome week ahead of you, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.